The Kayfabe Crunch is complete, thanks to Polish and Shine, home-style nail kits with a touch of crass. Use our electric razor blade laser to sharpen the edges of your nails and claw the eyes out of less attractive women. Polish and Shine is made by men, so ladies, you can trust that it'll work and not be a total bitch like my friend Marissa.
The Kayfabe Crunch. I am the news god.
Good news! This is your Kayfabe Crunch for Tuesday, August 18th, 2020. I'm Eric Edge-O-Matic. It's Irish. Coming up on today's edition, we have all the latest from Raw. Plus, we ask wrestling influencer Bricayla Spotifee who she thinks will come out on top at SummerSlam. But first, in grappling history, in 1993, the Shockmaster made his infamous debut in WCW. Prevailing theories suggest his fall was intentional, to confuse and baffle his opponents in the Rebel Alliance. And in 2013, Daniel Bryan defeated John Cena at SummerSlam, before Randy Orton cashed in his Money in the Bank contract to take the glory from Bryan. Many consider this moment to be the catalyst for the Yes movement. But if you ask me, I'd say that's Bryan's first day in the WWE. Or his first day of wrestling training. Or maybe his birth. Perhaps even his conception. Or we could say the forming of society at large. There's really, lots of things happened before that cash-in, okay? We can't just pinpoint. Thank you for choosing the only reliable news source in wrestling. Suck it, Dave! And now, let's get on with the production problem news. Top story, Retribution Watch. The group known as Retribution, which I think that's their official name. I mean, Michael Cole always says, we were attacked by the group known as Retribution. So, yeah, known as Retribution. Okay. Known as Retribution started their attacks early last night, with WWE's production affected from the offset. The whole then, now, forever ident was reversed and warped. Forever, now then. McIntyre opened Raw by yelling angrily, speaking with a Scottish accent, about Randy Orton's crimes against Ric Flair, who, by the way, according to McIntyre, will be fine eventually, whatever that means. Then, the on-screen graphics went absolutely haywire due to the presence of known as Retribution in the production truck. The strange thing is that the production staff didn't seem panicked until the cameraman joined them in the truck. So, perhaps WWE's tech department is a part of known as Retribution. Something to look into. Backstage, Rollins and McIntyre bickered over leadership against the group known as Retribution. McIntyre claimed that the faction had been crapping in his back garden. So, we can safely add multiple counts of fouling to their rap sheet. Look guys, a dirty protest doesn't get you anywhere. It didn't get me a raise last month, and I had to deep clean the recording studio myself, so yeah. MVP suggested that Apollo Crews and company are the masterminds behind known as Retribution. But come on, V, that's just too convenient. That's like when every politician tries to blame protests on whatever issue he has going on in his city. And let's face it, he's always a he. We'll keep up with this developing story, as with WWE moving to the Thunderdome on Friday, we have to wonder if the group known as Retribution will follow. And now it's time for your fast count, the WWE official in the toilet of news.
Ivar of the Viking Raiders under investigation for placing his hot stick of meat in the hands of a female guest.
WWE to leave the Performance Center and instead broadcast from the WWE Thunderdome. Which is great for now, but we have to ask, what's beyond Thunderdome?
You're facing a pissed-off 6'5" fire-breathing dragon.
That's a very small dragon. Is it possible he means a wyvern?
CCTV footage reveals that Zelina Vega poisoned Montez Ford. Once again, thank you to the mysterious hacker for the footage. Is that still a thing?
Nia Jax refuses to fight Shayna Baszler in Raw Underground, which is odd, as she usually treasures being able to strike people without consequence. Orton attempts to punt HBK to close out Raw. He must have missed, though, as Shawn was back up on his feet within 30 seconds.
The 24/7 championship changes hands 3 times on Raw. Wait, hang on, is that Shelton Benjamin on the street outside? It is.
You've been counted out. Let me out.
SummerSlam is on the horizon, and apparently we'll never see it coming. Which is a lie, because I can see it on my calendar of upcoming events. Joining me now in the studio is influencer and boutique goat groomer, Bricayla Spotifee.
Hey, Crunchers!
Hello, Bricayla. So SummerSlam is this weekend. It's time to talk through the match card and get your predictions for the biggest party of the summer.
Yes, Eric. But first, can I talk about my new business venture?
I mean, it would be better at the end of the segment, but sure, let everyone know what you've got going on.
Well, I'm launching a premium subscription service for female wrestling fans. I call it Crunch Faces.
Crunch Faces?
Crunch Faces, yes. I just got so sick of women not being able to, have jobs and start businesses and things. So I thought I'd do what I can to give back by having women everywhere give me just $10 every year.
Okay, and what sort of services do you offer?
Great question. For just $10 per month, I'll send you links to all my favorite inspirational YouTube videos, as well as some pretty dope TikToks.
Right, and at the risk of sounding out of touch, what does that have to do with business?
To be desired, you have to be inspired. That's just a business fact. And for only $10 a week, you get access to all of my networking contacts.
So, who are they exactly?
Well, for now, it's just me, but I'm hoping that my friend Chelsea will help out too. She's really flaky, though, and so jealous of me. So, maybe don't count on it. Send me $10 every day, though, and I'll inspire you to be the best version of you.
Right. Just to clear things up so your messaging is clear, you want female wrestling fans to give you, a millionaire, money during a recession so you can give them advice they can get for free online? All while you, and I mean no offense here, Bricayla, pretend to be more experienced than you actually are?
First of all, how dare you? But yes.
Don't you think this is a bit patronizing to what women are capable of? Isn't fourth wave feminism also about spotting bad actors, as well as ceasing the exploitation of marginalized women by those in positions of power who seek to maintain the systemic imbalance of wealth inequality?
Sure, But Crunch Faces is also about building a sense of community.
Okay, so it's like they pay to be your friend and join a wider social group? It's not ideal, but it's something at least.
Ew, gross. No, I don't want anything to do with these simps. Look, Eric, it's easy. Venmo me $10 every hour and I'll make you rich. I don't know why you're making this so difficult.
Yeah, I'm the oblivious one.
I think you're being really rude. Why am I even here?
Well, it was to talk about SummerSlam, but we're out of time.
Crunch Faces.
Jesus.
Don't be empowered. Pay me to say you are.
Bricayla,
Yeah?
as always, thank you for your time.
On behalf of all women everywhere, who I speak for, you're welcome. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some influencing to do. Bye.
And there's just time for a quick weather report. Heatwave expected as temperatures set to reach lows of 94 and highs of 100. Although I will say the sun is expected to go out of business before it gets any hotter. That's niche. Join us Saturday when we'll ask, are virtual fans virtually killing this real sport? And remember, you can support this podcast by following us on Twitter at Kayfabe Crunch. It's really negative there, but no one's invented anything better yet, so yep. This has been the Kayfabe Crunch, your not quite daily, not quite news bump for the world of professional wrestling.
The Kayfabe Crunch is complete, thanks to Polish and Shine. Order our deluxe nail kit today and receive 1 free nail sticker for your pinky. Our kits also work on your toes. But let's face it, nothing's going to pretty up those meaty tendrils. Focus on your fingers. Men see those more often, and that's what matters. Polish and Shine. De-uglify your digits.
The Kayfabe Crunch.